Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of Native News Update. It's Friday, January 29th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Leaders from nearly 24 Arizona tribes gathered at the Arizona State Capitol for the annual Indian Nations and Tribes Legislative Day. Navajo Nation President Russell Begay told State House representatives that he feels tribal sovereignty is threatened. Begay told lawmakers he wants to dispel stereotypes that the Navajo Nation is third world. Make no mistake about the fact that we are a nation and we are a proud nation and we are not a program of the federal government, Begay said. Begay criticized a lawsuit that aims to dismantle parts of the Indian Child Welfare Act. The Goldwater Institute is suing the federal government to remove a requirement of the federal law that gives Native American foster children preferential placement with Native American families. State lawmakers haven't announced a plan for addressing the tribe's concerns, but the Navajo Nation officials will meet with legislators throughout the 2016 session to continue discussions. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has announced the adoption of an updated Native American policy, emphasizing the need of federal collaboration with tribes to protect natural resources and tribal cultural resources on federal lands. The new policy provides a framework for government-to-government relationships with tribes and was reached after extensive consultation with representatives of Indian tribes and Alaska Native corporations. The policy encourages the service and tribes to work together and will bolster the U.S. Department of the Interior's trust responsibility to protect tribal reserved, treaty-guaranteed, and statutorily identified resources for federally recognized tribes. Wild elk once roamed most of Minnesota before hunters killed them off. Now the Fon du Lac Band of Ojibwe hopes to bring them back to the tribe's ancestral territory in northeastern Minnesota. The University of Minnesota is asking the legislature for $300,000 to study the feasibility of restoring elk to the territory that includes southern St. Louis, Carlton, and northern Pine counties. The tribe and the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation would contribute a combined $45,000. The study would begin this summer, and it could take around 10 years and another $3 million to $5 million before any elk are released on the landscape. Kiva Sun Foods, a Native American-owned company, launched a line of antibiotic-free, no-added hormone bison jerky. As athletes and active audiences look to enhance their nutrition and improve performance, Kiva Sun is excited to introduce a line of jerky that incorporates one of the leanest proteins on the market. Touted by sources as the new beef, bison is higher in protein and lower in fat than beef, pork, and chicken, and is an excellent source of iron, zinc, and important B vitamins, including vitamin B12 and niacin. Founded by Navajo four-time PGA Tour winner Nota Begay III, Kiva Sun is thrilled to bring bison jerky to the market. Kiva Sun Foods started in 2010 as a wholesaler of fresh and frozen bison steaks, bison burgers, bison dogs, and bison chili to major retailers including Costco and Walmart. Proceeds of the sales support the NB3 Foundation, a federally recognized nonprofit founded by Begay to battle obesity and type 2 diabetes in Native American youth. Carmen Davis, who owns and operates her own clothing line, Native Style Clothing, and the Native Style Music recording label, is set to release her first EP, Native Honey, on May 30th. For over 15 years, Davis has worked hand in hand with tribal nations across North America on several community-based initiatives, including the Reach the Res project, which visited hundreds of tribal nations over a 4-year period and was sponsored by the Seminole Tribe of Florida and dozens of other tribal nations across the United States. Davis also provides years of entrepreneurial experience and insight into operating successful Native American businesses of all types. This coming summer, keep a lookout for her new book, Native Style Business, Achieving Self-Sufficiency Through Entrepreneurship. To learn more about Carmen, you can check out her website at carmendavis.com. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and have a grand day.